Good evening, YouTube. This is Kaylin Stern coming at you with tonight's Sunday dinner. And this one came from foreignamory.com. They have a good selection of these Norwegian Arctic filled rations, including breakfast ones. This one happens to be the chili con carne. Actually use the Spanish con carne means with meat, and it's a beef. There is Chris and Aletha. There is Ford Man in the house. The date on this one says best before of 2021. Well, actually, that's wrong because it's best before tonight because I'm eating it. Just get this. I just used this battery bank to prop up the ration for the thumbnail. And as I showed in the last one of these, this has a tab, so if you don't eat everything or you want to seal up this package, you peel this label off and use it as a big old monster piece of tape to seal this back up after you open it. But it actually opens from down here. So sometimes you can, there we go. Had to put a little muscle onto it to get it to rip the rest of the way. But this one has something that is a little bit unexpected. So right off the top, what it says what's on here. It's written in 3 languages. So Norwegian, English, and French. But this is a fruit soup. This is fruit soup with tropical fruits. So this will be something different. It says 24C, but that refers to centiliters, but that basically means 240 ml of water. And I got this bowl, so I'll be doing the soup in this bowl. That'll be like a dessert. This cranberry protein bar. There's Jeremiah in the house. Thanks for dropping in. So it's the same protein bar as the last Norwegian ration. Gonna move these back. A dark chocolate bar, which also appears to have taken a hit, but it's still gonna be good. Polder Mill coffee. That'll go into the Foreign Amory mug. And I didn't bring it out here, but I will get it. These don't come with sugar and creamer, but since I take my coffee blonde and sweet, I got that all ready to go. I just have to go get it. Have these wet wipes, which are a little bit bigger. Wipe itself is about the same size as the USM wipes. There is the source. There's art from foreignamory.com. So, chili con carne. Here in the line. Here's a moist towel. is the freeze dried from Dry Tech. So this will make a lot of food, hence the Tupperware tray. There's also more of that spicy sauce from Orifo. There's a spoon which will not be used because I have. Memory. I got disconnected. If I would have gotten the peach one, I would say that one because I want to compare the real peach drink with the Minotaur trading. So this orange one I'll just put back into the stash to wait for another day. But anyway, the lemon drink will go into the drinking jar. And got Nut Walker peanuts, roasted and salted. And then this one didn't have a gum. Usually these is missing out of this one. But these Ziploc bags, it has a hole in the top so you could hang it. But these are good bags to keep and reuse for other things. Yeah, this one is missing the gum for some reason. But that's okay because I'm not much of a gum chewer anyway. These bags are designed so that if you're out in the field, you can mix it in the bag. It has a zip seal, so when you do mix it in the bag, you can close it up and then shake it. So whoever packed this ration forgot to put in the gum. Actually, I may try mixing it in the bag because this powder is a bit on the clumpy side. And I'll actually leave it in the bag to rehydrate. It definitely smells like very sweet lemonade. I'm not gonna, just gonna put a little water just to start to loosen up the powder off the sides. Kind of like that. And then I'll put a little bit more in there. And I'll just leave it back there. Sorry, I bumped the camera mount. I'll leave that back there to settle. And I'm going to open up this fruit soup. I'm putting all of the trash back, the ration bag. So you can see the bits. Oops, sorry. I keep. Oh, this is what the coffee looks like. So there is the zipper for this. Now, speaking of the gum, while I open this up, last week when I opened up that 2012 chicken with tomatoes and feta, there were 2 packets of gum in that accessory pack. And this one has no gum in it, and it says that it's supposed to. So somebody messed up. You can see the black beans. Just kind of I'm not getting a whole lot of chili spice off of this. At least not yet. I probably will once I put the hot water in. That's okay. Thanks for dropping in. You can always catch the replay once YouTube gets done processing it. So I got this flared out so it'll stand up. I got a lot of water in the kettle, so I'll get that and I'll be right back. I tried to do it off camera so that I wouldn't steam up. To be able to see what I'm doing. I'm just that basically gets about a cup of water. I'm actually going to add just a little bit more water to this before I seal it up. giving it a bit of a shake. Although there's not much room to shake it, so I'm going to put that over there to the left. Doctor up the coffee. There we go, put the coffee back there. I'll go ahead and give this fruit soup a bit of a mix. If this one is anything like those other fruit soups that CT sent me, they do thicken up after they're mixed, so if it's a little too thick, you can always add water to it, but you can see the bits of the fruit. So I'll leave that off to the side. Just check that chat. Oh, there is Sean from the Ration Museum. That was a good stream that was going on there. So these Nut Walker peanuts, a lot of people like them. I know Traversing Food, he had 2 packs of Nut Walker peanuts in the Swedish ration that he had on his channel today. The barbecue and the honey roasted. Thought I was going to get a hiss off of it. They do their nuts very well. In case you hear any extra background noises, I have my slider open because the temperature really dropped off. We had rain this morning, so they couldn't do any painting on the outside of the building today, but they'll get back on that tomorrow. They're painting the outside of my building, so this is a cranberry protein bar. Which is quite sticky, so I'm guessing this one probably had a little bit of heat as it made its way across the Atlantic. But these are very good bars. They actually don't, they just taste like a cereal bar. You can actually see the cranberries in it. I'm going to open up the chocolate bar. This one got a bit squished. It's a little thicker on this side than it is on this side. I'm suspecting that it will have some bloom on it, but I don't care because these are good bars. Yep, it's got bloom on it. I'm just going to lay it right across here, across the peanuts. Yeah, I can. Even before it got to Texas, it had to come from Norway. So I know watching some of the European channels that I watch, they have had some heat waves. Yep. So this is what... That seemed to have done a pretty good job of getting most of it out of, or off the sides. I hope you didn't hear that cussing. That's coming from outside. Well, that is most of it. I'm going to put a little bit more water in the bag just to get the rest of it out. Plus, I wanted to have room to shake it in the bag. That. So there. I'm going to go ahead and take a taste of this. It tastes like a very artificial lemon, like a lot sweeter than lemonade. And there's James, and thanks for dropping in. We got the Carne here. This is tropical fruit soup. So I'm giving that some extra time to rehydrate, and it'll probably be a bit thicker. Got a cranberry, this is a little bit crooked. Let's fix that. There we go. Sorry about the shakiness. My fizz. breaking that apart. I really like these bars. Oh, I bet not. I spent 3.5 years in Arkansas back in the mid 80s, and the humidity down there was nuts. There was one time, I took summer classes, so I finished college down there in 3.5 years because I went to summer school. But one time I was in my dorm, I was watching the news, and the local weather had at one time actual temperature of 117. Not the heat index, actual temperature. So I do not miss that part of Arkansas at all. I love the scenery. I love fishing in Lake Ouachita. But I just couldn't handle the humidity. I got some of the peanuts. They're definitely roasted and salted. They might not look roasted, but they are. They got some good crunch to them. I'm going to have a sip of the coffee. That is, that Polder Mill coffee, it's okay. It's not the old type 2, but oh wow. Yeah, it's was in the 60s earlier today, but it has dropped down into the upper 50s. Yeah, that would be a little warm. I'm going to break off. Well, I guess it broke off in 2 places, but see. Yeah, this one definitely saw some heat because it is light colored all the way through. It is a bit chalky, so it's dried. But it still tastes fine. Oh, wow. I don't know if that cold front that is passing through here will get up or get down there where you're at, or before it goes east, but next week, in about 3 or 4 days, it's supposed to be back up into the 70s. I'm thinking this might be pineapple. Yep, that's pineapple. This might be, I'm not sure. That looks the color of mango. I think it is mango. I think it's mango. It has thickened up, so it's kind of like a syrup, but this is pretty good. That was some nuthead just screaming down the street. Like I said earlier, I had my slider open. Give my air conditioner a couple of days off. But that fruit soup is pretty good. I'm going to see how well this is done. I'm going to give it another mix in the bag before I pour it out. It'd be nice if I had some good old crackers to go with this. Unfortunately, I don't have any crackers because I have eaten all the crackers that I have had previously, including that I had a pack of Amory Star crackers. I had the munchies for it, so I just munched on those. I'm going to call that good. Now this is as thick as I like my chili. There is Sue in the house. Thanks for dropping in. The beans fully rehydrated. It's got good chili flavor. There's even a bit of, I think that's tomato. Yep, that's tomato in there. It's got a good spice to it. And the meat is more like, it doesn't have the texture of ground beef. It's kind of like almost a shredded. This is really, really good. I'm sure the Norwegian soldier who would get this is a very happy camper. Excuse that noise. Someone's honking at someone, probably someone in my building. They're trying to get to come out. Some choose to honk rather than actually call the person that they want to see, because it's a secure building and you have to contact the person ahead of time, since we don't have a working buzzer box. Oh, it is. There is Dub C in the house. This is the Norwegian chili con carne. It's really good. There's black beans in here. There's a bit of tomato. And the meat is kind of like a shredded meat, a shredded beef. Yeah, I hope that person decides to stop that, because it can be annoying. Yeah, this would be a great camping food, because you get your get some protein from both the meat and the beans. The fruit soup would be a good, especially if you're doing this on a cold day. You have a hot entree, you have a hot dessert that you could almost literally drink. Now this one was supposed to have gum in it, but whoever packed this particular ration forgot to put the gum in it. The chocolate, as you can tell, has seriously bloomed, but I'm okay with that. I'll still eat it. Oh, like if you watched the Bob's latest video, he's got some more of the Minotaur Arctic rations, but I want to try some more MCWs. I want to try the seafood chowder. I want that MCW because I think that would be a very interesting one. Just like I think the fish curry that was my substitute prize from Foreign Marie, because I already have one of these. This was supposed to be the prize, but because I already had one, I got offered a substitute, so I chose the fish curry. So I'm definitely looking forward to that one. Yeah, there are several breakfast MCWs, but unfortunately I think only one of those does not contain pork. But I definitely want to try some of the other MCWs. I've tried a couple of the mains, the Mountain House mains in a Minotaur Triton ration. It was the chili mac and the spaghetti, so I know those are good. Well, that's actually good that you don't have such an extreme sensitivity. I know someone who seriously breaks out if she eats anything tomato, but she still does it. But because it's just a skin breakout, uh, I went to high school with her, so she still ate ketchup and anything tomato. She just had to have get a cream to a prescription cream to put on her skin to deal with that. Well, hopefully, hopefully they decide to shut up. Person they're honking at has actually come out, or they figured, oh, that person must not be there. So I'll probably hear the motorcycle that's parked on the patio slab later tonight. He will go on his bike, and then he'll come back maybe in a couple hours. I'm in bed, and I hear him motorcycle pull up. He rides up the hill, over the grass, and onto his patio slab, and that's where he parks his bike. Just grabbing another handful of these Nutwalker peanuts. I wish we could get these here. They are good peanuts. Yeah, I've been through that. I had my gallbladder yanked in 07. And I'll tell you, I felt so much better after that. That not only did I not need to use the pain meds very long, I didn't even use the nausea pills that I was prescribed. I got them anyway, but I never had to use them. Because after getting my gallbladder yanked, I felt so much better. I had to miss a week of work, while I waited for the surgery date to come up. And then I took another week after the surgery, for the 5 days I was in the hospital, and then a few days after that, then I was back at work, and I was a happy camper. Yep, I had mine done right here in Des Moines. And I used to tease the surgeon because it was supposed to be laparoscopic, but I guess when he saw inside, I'm sure he was thinking, oh no, he's net out. So I teased him about having to make him do some more work. I had so much fun with that. Dang, I just can't get enough of this stuff. This is some seriously good chili. Bothering with it's just plain good with that. There was no music in the OR when I went in. There was just me cutting up with them until I got zonked. Because that's just how I am. I'm cracking jokes with them until the anesthesia hits, and I'm gone. I wake up, I'm cutting up with them again. You know, just for the sheer heck of it. That's right, I'm throwing a gives a little extra crunch. I don't have any crackers to put in here. Actually, the peanuts really aren't too bad. The chili overpowers the taste of the peanuts, but you get that crunch, so that's actually not too bad. This chili would be good for like putting in a tortilla. Actually, putting over a hot dog, make a chili dog with. I'm definitely going to be getting some more of these things. Now, the dry tech company that does these, they got another winner with this. Yeah, I could definitely see taking one of these on a camping trip. Especially, this would be a good winter time. Unfortunately, it's hard for me to go out camping by myself because I don't drive and I need someone to take me out somewhere where I can camp. But I will be attending a local group camp next March. It'll be the Country Prepper Memorial Camp 2. So it'll be at the same place where we were this spring, down at the property that the Brahms family owns. They have their own pond that you can fish, where we and some others had hammocks. So I was strung up in the cedar trees. Hopefully next time it won't be so dang windy, and I almost lost my privy. But still, that was an awesome place. That was Jeremiah's favorite place to go. You know, that was his original bug out camp. And now there's a bench there that someone had built. And then another person made a nameplate for it. So that is on that bench. So that will be a permanent fixture there. Yeah, he did Kydex knife sheaths. I have one of those little tinder holsters that he did, that someone brought to give to me. So even if I don't use it, I still take it with me on those trips because, you know, I never got to meet him personally, but, you know, it's like I'm taking a piece of him with me every time I go camping with Tack and some others here. I'm going to check the chat. Yeah, what I would do is, in fact, I'll get it and I'll show you. These here, I got the two. These two were from 2 entree Chinese ration that I reviewed. And I saved these bags because I thought these are the coolest thing. This is from a single entree Chinese ration. This is a type 13. This is a type 9. And I have put an FRH in here for insulating. But to put, let's see. I think when this is puffed out, you could probably this one, well, when it's puffed out, you could probably put this in here, but to keep these because I knew that they would be good for insulating a ration heater bag. And I've done that a few times. So in some of my earlier reviews after I got these, I started using these with the ration heaters. Yeah, I have one of those pocket pot holders too. In fact, one of them that I have has a silicone side, and the other one has a cloth side, but I just use these. And one time one of my ration heaters leaked, and this caught all that water that leaked out. So all I did was just let it dry out, and you know, that pretty much prevented a big mess. Yeah, those pocket pot holders will do the same thing. But if if they're all cloth and, you know, if something in there springs a leak, you'd have to wash that out or dry it somehow. But this, you know, as long as you don't get a hole in it, it's good to go, because, you know, they are made for holding a ration heater bag. That's okay. No problem. Yeah, for those that don't know, I got the ration that I reviewed last week from Olathe, and I gave her mild cold weather turkey tetrazzini, along with a couple of pizza slices. So I have 6 pizza slices left, and I'll share those with someone or a few people. These cranberry bars actually taste a lot better than some of the bars I could go into a store and buy. Yeah, if you have the one with the pocket, you could put it in, like, say if your pot holder was something like this out, you could actually put it in, use it like a bag. Yeah, it looked like artwork on the tray. Abstract. Now, this tray has been with me since 1983. My class had a Tupperware party as a fundraiser to raise money for our senior trip, which we ended up taking to St. Louis in the spring of '84. And I bought this tray. I did not see a green one. This is the only color that was available at the time. So I bought it, and I bought a couple of things for my mom because, you know, that's just how I am. And one place we lived, my mom and I were playing bingo, and I won a couple of different prizes, and they were Tupperware, so I gave those to my mom. And turns out those are items that she got a whole lot of use of. So, yeah, I had only taken this a few times to some picnics or places where we had to bring our own tableware. So I took this tray. But other than that, it didn't get a lot of use until I started getting in rations. I won that first MRE from 5. And I ate it on camera, and I used this tray. And later I did a trade with him. I sent him a Polish Scout mess kit. And he sent me that one of heater meals that apparently had exploded. He had it for a while. And I had to take a lot of time from shooting that video to clean up the mess, but I salvaged most of that one. Of course, I didn't. He probably had no idea that it had exploded because there was no visible stain on the box. That's fun opening that. 4 or 5. He's videos along with other Russians. There we go. I just had to re-plug into my power pack. Going for more of the street soup. Now this was really good too. Yeah, this tray has definitely served me well, and of course now I can switch off between this one and the green one. I use them when I have a huge entree, or if I'm gonna have only a few items to open up, or if the main is dark like the chili. I probably helps with the visual. And then the green one I'll use if I have a whole lot of items and the main isn't quite so huge like this one. Or if the entree is sort of light. But mainly if I have a whole lot of things to open up, or the entree isn't a huge portion, this would overflow that center portion of that green tray. Yeah, looks like finger painting. Maybe like a dog or a cat did it. Plus, it's proof that I ate it all. Yep, it'd be a rare occasion where I wouldn't eat everything from a ration. Like if something has gone south. When I opened up that MCI or C-ration bread can, I knew that bread was not going to be any good, but I wanted to open it up anyway just to show what it looked like. And I took the trash out that night because that really started to stink. But the crackers and the cocoa that were in that thing were absolutely awesome. Yeah, I definitely recommend this Norwegian chili con carne. I think it's even a little bit better than that couscous was. And I really like that one. I will be definitely getting more of these Norwegian rations in the future, so I'll just have to try to make up my mind which ones I want next time I do it. Of course, there's some other ones I want to get my paws on. I'd love to get some more Polish rations, some more Russian. I want to try rations from countries I haven't hit before. I've seen a lot of Latvian ration reviews lately, so I'd love to get my paws on a Latvian ration. That Swedish one that Traversing Food had, I watched that and I'm thinking, dang, you can get 4 meals out of that bad boy. That thing's as loaded as an Aussie CR1M. I also want to try some, I've seen on eBay some German UN halal rations. I've seen some British, the British company that produces their rations have done some UN labeled rations. They have a halal one, they have a Hindu one, they have vegetarian ones. And they're in the new tan bag that is different than the older 12-hour and 24-hour rations. So I'd like to get my paws on one of those. I also have that HDR. So I got that one. That one will actually be next in the lineup. I'll do that one next week. And it has a 2 on it, so I'm assuming that's a menu 2. So that'll be interesting to see what's all on that one. I'll have to look at it and decide how I'm going to divide that up, because that one is supposedly a 24-hour. I may just do 2 meals out of it. I'll just have to find out when I open that bag. And like I said, I have that other Norwegian, that fish curry. I got that one, and then I will get into one of the Minotaur's version of an Arctic ration that has freeze-dried food in it, but it has a lot of different things in it than the MCW. And depending on what you get in those things, you could almost get like a larger meal and a smaller meal out of that, depending on which one you get and what's all in it. So right now that one is last in my lineup. I could probably just drink the rest of this. So either the last day of this or on the 1st, October 1st, I'll be dropping some ration orders. Just so I can have a good lineup going. I just have to look around to see what piques my interest. But like I said earlier, I definitely want to get an MCW seafood chowder. I want to give that one a go. I want to get another Norwegian because these are just so dang good. And I want to try something a little different. I'll just have to keep sniffing around, see what I can come up with that won't be a budget buster. Yeah. This is an actual drinking jar. This is the second one. This is a vintage one that I bought off eBay to replace the one that I actually broke last year. I had one too many hot drinks in it, and it cracked. But I was able to salvage the cocoa out of it. My mom had given me that one. This one is a ball. The other one, I forget what the brand of it was, but this one was a vintage one. So I got it off of eBay. So I will only do cold drinks in it, not hot drinks, because they're not made to take the heat like a regular canning jar. But I think these are so cool. You can find different brands of these on eBay. And I just want to replace that one. You can put a regular canning jar lid on it. You just can't expose it to heat because you'll have the same happen to you that happened to mine. But oh well, I won't tell my mom that I broke hers. And don't forget, for an emery, you can get these sporks. You can get the mug. I don't know if there are any of the masks yet that have a pocket where you can put a filter in it. That is an awesome mask, by the way. You can adjust the ear loops on it. You know, those are a lot thicker than just the disposable ones that I wear most of the time, but when winter comes, that will definitely keep my face a little bit warmer. Oh, that'll take care of the fruit soup. If fortnemery.com still has any of those masks, get one of those. You can put a filter in it. You can hand wash it. You can put a UVC sanitizing light over it, which I've done a few times. Oh, cool. Yeah. So go check those out. And get you one of those. Or two. And then you can get some filters to put in them to make them even more effective. That's okay. You can always catch it on the replay. I'll show you the bag. This is a chili con carne. So it's meat with chili. This had everything in it that I was supposed to have except for the gum. It says chewing gum. Focus. Oh, yep. Or I have the number 2 cone coffee filters. Instead of just cutting it, I would just fold it over. In fact, I experimented with just putting one of those cone filters inside of a bandana that I folded and then used a couple of hair ties for ear loops. But yeah, I have a few of those number 2 cone filters left, but I want to get another pack of those. So next time I go shopping, I'm going to buy another pack of those number 2 cone filters, like you put in a coffee maker that has the cone filter basket. And I would just put it in with the bottom end of the filter up so that the wider part of the filter would be down covering the mouth, and that's how I would do it. And putting it into that pocket, I would just fold the top, the bottom, the smaller, you know, where it's sealed at the bottom of the filter, I would just fold that over down enough where it would fit into the pocket, and then just stick it in that way. But I have a pack of filters that was sent to me by a Canadian. His channel name is Prep for It. So those are the actual N95 carbon filters. So those fit into that pocket also. They're thicker than the coffee filters because they're like, I'm not sure how many layers, but yeah, if you don't want to cut the coffee filter, you just fold it over and stick it in the pocket. That way you could almost double. It's almost like adding an additional layer by just folding it. Is there anything else you want to ask? Because I'm just about ready to shut this thing down and call it good. Let YouTube process it. So tomorrow those that missed it can catch up if they want. But yeah, I've eaten everything. Everything was really good. So next week will be the menu to HDR, Humanitarian Daily Ration. So that'll be interesting to see what's inside of that particular one. Find out how well held up. So thanks all for watching, and catch you on the flip side.